Alan. Here's my brake booster testing machine, and here is your brake booster. I'm going to call this booster the Beast. That is one heck of a booster, and it works perfectly. So we're going to test it. First thing we'll be checking is vacuum, and these two gauges are both going to go up and read the same amount when the booster is just sitting there. And then as the booster is activated, this gauge is going to go down to 0 until its booster is fully activated, it reaches 0, while this gauge monitors the vacuum, which is essentially what my vacuum pump can put out. Over here we've got hydraulic input and output. These gauges are tied together, so this gauge goes up, maxes out, and this gauge reads final input pressure, which is just a function of my master cylinder, and the master cylinder is just this lever right here. Output is what the booster is actually going to be doing. This gauge goes up and maxes out, and this gauge goes up and reads final pressure. And what we're looking at is a differential, a multiplier from this gauge to this gauge. So whatever this gauge reads, this gauge is going to read about 4 times as much. I believe this booster is a 3.9 or 4.1 to 1 ratio booster. And within the amount of gauge error, this is going to read, this gauge error will read 4 times as much as this. In the meantime, while that's going on, we'll be checking for leaks here. Checking for leaks right here. This is they used just a square cut O-ring to seal the pressure in here, which is unusual, but it works. And we'll check to make sure your bleed screw is not seeping fluid. You don't need to use this to bleed the brakes. Just leave it alone. As long as it doesn't seep or do anything, just leave it alone. We've got our vacuum gauge tied into this port right here, which is what this is designed for. And you can certainly put a vacuum gauge in there anytime you want, just for fun, just to see how the gauge works when you apply the brakes. And here we go. We got vacuum. At the same time, you can always come down here and put your hand or a piece of rubber or something over the filter. Make sure there's no vacuum leaking through here. You will know because it would suck the glove to there. Now we're going to get the brakes on. This is essentially our brake is on, and now we're going to activate the booster. We got in excess of 350 input, excess of 15, 16, 1700 output. So I would say it's easily better than 4 to 1. Let's say it's recycled. Try this again. Let's say we're up to 350 right here and looking at about 1400. 1400. So 4 to 1 ratio. Alright, we're going to watch the vacuum gauges as we go to full activation. There we go, full activation. And once again, we're max. Internal leaking. Let's come down here and check our booster while we're under full pressure. Checking our booster. Dry. Yep, got a little seepage right there, so we got to lock that off some more. That's just a smidge of seepage. Let me get a wrench for that right now. thing takes a 7mm wrench. Okay, let's try that. We're still under pressure. Recycle a booster. Alright, we got 1400 psi at least. Clean finger. Alright. Not leaking anymore. So just leave it alone. Like I say, you don't need that for bleeding the brakes. As long as that sun gun doesn't leak, leave it alone, because that's a lot of pressure on that little fitting. Full activation. No leaks. Check down here. Still dry. That, my friend, is one heck of a booster. That's why I call it the Beast. That's the most powerful I've ever tasted. The most powerful booster I've ever tested or worked on. Thank you.